The athlete in question in this case study is a 22-year-old female professional soccer player who's playing in the US. The challenge for this athlete is she was a regular in the starting lineup for the first half of the season. She picked up a 6 week ankle injury that sidelined her, and in her absence, the team won every game, and the athlete that replaced her played fantastically well. So now, as the player has returned to the training environment, she's feeling a real increase in psychological symptoms such as performance anxiety. She's feeling a reduction in self efficacy, and she's showcasing a lot of avoidance behaviors. In this video, we're going to give you the context as to the why. We're going to show you the psychological factors that are having an effect, give you a working model as to what's happening here, and also an intervention so that we can help the athlete get back to giving herself the best chance to get back into the first 11. Setting the stage, this is a high performance environment. Women's football in the US is extremely competitive, and the athlete now being back in the training environment with the team having real success and the player who has replaced her having real success is feeling a lot of stress to play at her best, but she's not being able to. And so, weekly selection now has become a real stressor for the athlete, as well as obviously the comparison behaviors between her and the replacement player. The behaviors that the athlete is displaying is a real hesitancy before and during receiving the ball. So instead of playing it forward, she might even see that a forward option is open, but she'll pull it back and go backwards, or maybe not even look to play forward, just playing backwards. Another behavior is just a real lack of engage and enthusiastic communication, especially when it comes to the defensive side of the game, which you need as a player. You need to be able to communicate, you need to be able to be vocal, and we're seeing a real reduction in that on the pitch. And then there is the withdrawal factor off the pitch now. So there's been a real disengagement from conversations with coaching staff as well as teammates, and she's kind of beginning to socially distance from herself because she's obviously feeling a lot of these other increased symptoms. So the core psychology that's going on and involved in this case is a reduction in self-efficacy, so she's not really having the same belief that she can execute the actions that the player who has replaced her is being able to do. She's obviously having a lot of social comparison, judging herself against the other athlete as well as her teammates who are having real success. There's a real increase in performance anxiety that is manifesting itself in a fear of mistake, as well as evaluation anxiety. Am I going to be selected every single game? And then that leads into an attentional shift of overthinking. Was this a mistake? Was this a bad decision? Am I going to be picked for the team? So a real self-focused attentional shift that is not helping. So the working model is the trigger wasn't the injury. The trigger was team success while athlete was out, as well as player who replaced her success. That was the initial trigger. Now, what that does is she has returned to the team and not gotten her starting position back. It has created a reduction in self-efficacy and again a lack of belief that she's able to execute to the same level that the player who has replaced her has done. That subsequently leads to a real increase in performance anxiety now, overthinking every decision, playing it safe, etc., which then translates into the behaviors: hesitancy, lack of communication, withdrawal symptoms. And the challenge with that is leading for the coaching staff not being able to select her week in, week out now for the starting 11. And that is reinforcing this cycle. So what we are going to be able to do for an intervention is we are going to have to deliver her a 3-pillar system that she is going to have to execute on a weekly basis. The starting point is going to be a mindfulness meditation. This is to shift her attentional focus. We need her to be able to stop overthinking and overanalyzing every situation. So the mindfulness meditation will be able to reduce the stress reduction and also create more moment by moment focus. Secondly, we're going to be able to deliver her a self-talk prompt that she needs to do every day before training so that we can start to increase her self-efficacy. And lastly, we're going to give her a visualization program 3 times 10 minutes per 3 sessions per week, 10 minutes per session, so that she's able to go into those moments where she's not playing forward and visualize what that's going to feel like to be able to deliver forward passes as well as communicate clearly with teammates in game speed throughout the visualization. So, in conclusion, the athlete had a real triggering of psychological events due to the fact that the team had success in her absence. This led to a reduced self-efficacy for the athlete, which triggered real performance anxiety and has created behaviors of withdrawal symptoms, hesitancy, lack of self-belief. So these behaviors that are showing up on the pitch now are creating a cycle that is just reinforcing all of these negative experiences for the athlete and not allowing her to get to her best level. We believe with these interventions in place, the athlete is going to be able to regain her best form and give herself the best chance of getting her starting 11 spot back. Thank you.